Hi friends, so 5 things I wish I knew before starting a business. I started A+CE about a year ago, pretty much bang on time this sort of date. My mission really was to create leggings that didn't show VPL, visible panty lines for women. I just think that's just not fair as women for us to change what we wear underneath or not wear anything at all in order to fit in. And so that mission has been my sole purpose and my sole drive for starting A+CE. But throughout in the last year, I have learned that there are some things that I wish I knew earlier before I started a business, and some lessons that I wish to share with you, and hopefully wherever you are in your journey, you'll be able to get some benefit from this too. So number 1, MVP. Not most valuable player, but minimal viable product. Now, if you follow my vlogs, you know that I recently still had a fail with my samples, and I'm still currently going on through my 3rd sample within the year. And what I've come to learn is that actually you can spend a lot of time perfecting your product, but actually your product just needs to go out there to let people see it, feel it, and wear it and try it out before you even figure out what it is that you're missing. I think a very common trap as a business owner to fall into is actually falling in love with your product and forgetting about falling in love with your client or your customer. I certainly started off with thinking that product was king and that I was trying and putting so much time and effort into really just finding and perfecting my product and really just making sure that it was the best one out there. However, I have come to learn and realize through just researching and listening to people speaking and things like that is just actually you really just need to get whatever is minimally viable that people can just wear and just try it out and use or try and just put it out there in the market, and then let people then give you feedback and then iterate as you go. The products that we see out there right now that is worth a lot or that people love didn't actually start off with its version 1. It wasn't prototype number 1. It was a lot of prototypes and a lot of trial and error before it came and reached the status that it is right now. So although I'm still on my 3rd sample and I don't actually have a product to actually launch right now, I am keeping in the back of my mind that actually it doesn't need to be perfect and that I just need to make something that works well and that wears well and that solves the problem initially, and then we can then figure out how to then perfect it, take it out to the people that we're really trying to serve in order then to then figure out what it is that they really need and what it is that they want. Which ties in nicely to the next point, and that is to ask questions. I think with my perfection brain screwed on, I was really afraid of asking questions and looking stupid. And what I realized is that, you know, we don't all know everything. For me personally, I work as a doctor in my day job, so going from medicine into a completely different field of work, textiles, fashion, it was a complete minefield and I was really uncomfortable. But yeah, you know, I may know my medicine. People can come to me when they're ill, but I know nothing about fashion, about textiles, about fabrics, about sewing, about anything like that, about samples, about how to speak to the factory, about what actually the whole process is. And so when you need to build a house, you need a guide, you need an architect. Not everyone knows how to build a house or design one. And so the motto that I have is actually don't be afraid to look stupid, be more afraid of failing. So if you're like me, just ask questions. Just take the courage, take the leap, and just ask a question. When you don't know, just say, I don't know, what does this mean? You should see the emails that I send to my manufacturers. And basically, when they send me sort of acronyms and things, I'm like, what the heck does this mean? Do you mind just clarifying? And it's just really simple. People forget that if you're in the field that people might not know the acronyms. Same with medicine that I know, and same with other things like law, engineering, or design, fashion, etc. So there are some words that if you've not been in the field and not worked in the area, you wouldn't know. So don't feel bad for just asking people to clarify what they mean. Also on top of it, don't feel bad to ask questions to your friends, your family about what they want. Again, you're not trying to fall in love with your product, you're trying to fall in love with the person that you're trying to serve and help, your clientele, your customer base. And so you really need to ask them what it is that they want and what it is that they need, what other pain points, what they like, what do they want the product or the service to actually give them at the end. So be courageous, be bold, and just ask. And the third thing that I learned really from starting the business in the year is actually just to start an online presence. I used to think that I had to have a product in order for me to start an online presence, whether it's Instagram or YouTube, that I needed to actually have something at hand, something tangible in order for people to be interested. When actually, you know, people don't buy a product, people buy from a person. People buy from emotions. People don't buy from a company. People don't just buy from a building. People buy from a brand, a person, and emotions and what that person or brand represents. So don't wait until you've got a product before you put yourself out there. Start an Instagram channel to log your journey, same as YouTube, what I'm doing here. I don't think it actually matters. I think the fact that you bring yourself out, show yourself out to the world, and tell people what you're up to and what you're about, and just show people the fact that you're actually a human being, that you're not just someone who's trying to get money off people, and that you're really trying to help and actually serve a purpose and serve the world in a certain way, and to serve a problem and to resolve something. And so people actually prefer genuinity, they prefer authenticity, they prefer actually seeing the person behind the brand. They like to see the person behind what this is all about. So yeah, share with them your personality, your goals, and share with them exactly who you are as a person. But really, there's no greater teacher than failure. I did say that don't be afraid to look stupid, be more afraid of failure. And really, it's not the fact that I fear failing, but more the fact that I fear that I don't actually reach my full potential. And really, failure is one way and probably the best way to do that. Now, failure doesn't necessarily mean you have to completely screw up. It doesn't mean you have to bomb the business or lose a lot of money or anything like that, although that is one of the ways to fail. But failures can be the little itty bitty things that happen throughout the day. For example, not knowing something can be a failure. A bit like when I said that I didn't know about the certain terms, that is one way of failing, but I worked around it. Failure was my fuel. I asked someone and I got the answer. Which again, asking for guidance is also a form of failure. You cannot know the route and ask someone for the way. And so again, that could be one way of failing, but then you push past it again, you ask someone of how to get somewhere, and then you choose your route. And also doing something and it giving a different result from what you expected is also failure. Whether it was designing a prototype and it came out the wrong way, or you filmed a YouTube video, edited it, put it out there, and it got less views than you expected it to. Whatever it is, Instagram, post didn't do so well, or the reels no one's watching it. It doesn't really matter. That is also a type of failure, but what the point is actually is to use that failure to fuel your next move, to fuel your success. Have a look at why you failed, what happened. Don't take it personally, and that's me reminding myself, don't take it personally. Look at the statistics, look at the KPIs, if you have any, look at what you think might have gone wrong, and just change one thing at a time. Take failure as fuel to take the next step and to move forward. I was actually listening to a speech by DEBUNKED, who I didn't know about her until I actually watched that speech. But it was all about how, given that motivation of how to fail and actually learning how to be a leader and being a great person and being a great purpose for this world. And one of the things she says is actually learn to fail up. A lot of us fail and feel like we get knocked down and don't get back up again. But actually failure is our way to go up. And so the point is to fail up and not down. But yeah, as I said, I find it hard to not take failure personally just because I'm an overachiever, and I'm sure you are too, otherwise you wouldn't be starting your own business. But I think the thing to remind myself is that failure is not personal. Failure is just what it is the situation. And I have to look at it from a perspective of how can I then fail upwards? How can I then make this better and take it to the next level? So, you know, even with YouTube, I can be filming this video right now and not knowing exactly how many of you or how many people are going to be watching this, or what kind of impact I'm going to make. Does this even help people? Does it even reach anyone? I have no clue. And again, with me starting my YouTube channel and my business, again, I have no idea whether what I'm going to do, what I put out there is going to be interesting, what I put out there is going to be helpful, but it comes from my heart, and this is exactly what I want to do, and this is exactly how I want to help, and it's just finding that right way to do it. And finally, what I learned is actually just to leverage online resources and leverage online learning. I don't know about you, but starting a business for me is quite a lonely journey. Not a lot of friends or family have started their own businesses. More often than not, you're probably not in a friendship circle or family circle whereby there's someone who started a business. And even if you've got a friend or two, they're probably in a complete different business than you. And so what I found is that actually online learning is a great way to improve, whether it's motivation, improve skills, improve knowledge. And I often listen to podcasts on the way to work or during the 15 minutes of lunch break, however much time I have. I really think that it gives you a great motivation motivational kick when you need it, but also keeps the inspiration going and just keeps your mojo and keeps helping you push you forward for what you're doing. Some great places that I actually tap into is YouTube. That's one of them. Tony Robbins' podcast on Spotify. He has a business podcast that is great. There's so many stories of him interviewing people about their business, how it all started, how they failed, how they then succeeded. It's a great listen and really a great way and a motivation to remind yourself that you're not alone and that every business starts from zero. I think that's also the main thing that I've learned. I really should put it out there. Everyone starts from zero. No one starts from 100. You have to work hard for it. It is a journey, it is a race, and it's a slow race. And you're going to trip and fall and things are going to happen, but you're going to get there if you keep running. So yeah, everyone starts from zero. And the podcast really just does help motivate and actually just gives you some inklings of like how the business world works. So that's great. And then another one is Masters of Scale. That's another podcast as well by LinkedIn CEO Reid Hoffman. I think that's his name, sorry. But yes, it's a great podcast about how to scale your business, and again, interviews a lot of different people about how to scale and different sort of rules or tips really on ways to scale your business. So that's a great listen to as well. And then finally, Masterclass. I have paid for a membership of Masterclass. And again, it's also about people giving you a masterclass on what they're best at. What I've realized with anything in life is that the easiest and the fastest way to get to where you want to get to is to find a guide. You know where you are, you know where you want to be, you just need to bridge that gap. And sometimes, you know, you really don't want to do it yourself because a lot of people may spend decades doing it themselves, when if you can find a guide, someone who's a master, who's done that, who's got the result that you want, you ask them, you find them for help, and you ask them for what actually helped them get from one place to another. And so Masterclass is a great platform for you to do that, whatever it's business, whether it's design, whether it's cooking, whatever it is you want in life, basketball. It was a great platform for me to learn a lot of different skills from a lot of amazing business owners and successful business owners to get them from where they were and where they want to be. And I learned so much just to help with my toolbox in my bag, just for me to tap in, and probably will also tap into when my business takes flight and when things get rolling. These are not affiliate sponsors or links or anything like that. I have nothing linked with them. It's just these are the things that have personally really helped me take my business to the next level each time, as well as helped me to just be more centered in my psychology as a business owner. But yeah, that's about it. Just the 5 top things that I've learned in the past year from starting a business. I don't know where my business is going to go in the next couple of years. I don't know when it's even going to start, but I'm really excited, and this is just a couple of key learning points that has really changed my life and things that I've learned throughout the last year. So if you found this video helpful, give it a like, thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification button below. Also, if you've got any shares or any sort of tips and tricks that you have for running your business or thoughts, do share in the comments below. But whatever you are doing, I wish you all the best and the best of luck. And until the next time, stay happy, stay healthy. Bye!